sometimes. Don't know why. Let my heart live for me, for my galaxies to show me signs. So I know why. Change the page for me. You are all I need. You are the life. Change it all for me. Let me hear you say, I'll make you fly. I see it, I feel it. Touch the moon. I see it, I feel it. Touch the moon. Baby, when I'm with you, I can't help but lose my track of time. Put your heartbeat on me, and I will connect your soul to mine forever. Change the page for me. You are all I see. You are the life. Oh, change it all for me. Let me hear you say, I'll make you fly. I see it, I feel it. Touch the moon. I see it, I feel it. Touch the moon. The moon, the stars collide. 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 Glow in the sky all night, each time. The further we go, I feel your heart in mine. I see it, I feel it. Touch the moon. Yeah, I see it, I feel it. Touch the moon.
What's goody? What's good? Welcome to Club Shada episode 195. 5 episodes from episode 200. Listen, episode 200, I don't care. Episode 200, I open the line and I just want to talk about the Shada Gang. I want everybody to just be there on a camera. I'm just letting you know. You have 5 episodes, so yeah, you have 2 weeks and a half to prepare yourself. 5 episodes. So Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday. And there we go. Welcome to Club Shada episode 195. I hope everybody is feeling good. I hope everybody is in the best of ways. Seems like the sound in my ears just dropped. Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody is in the best of the spirits. Let me make sure that the sound just dropped for me, but not for you, because that would be problematic. It seems that everything is fine over here. So I guess it's just me. I guess it's just this microphone that just, or maybe it's just the headphones. I don't know. That's strange. It was louder earlier, but if everybody's hearing me well, it means that it's all good. Let me just check all my settings here to make sure that there's no problem for nobody. Yeah, cool. This is cool. This is going all right. Perfect. Microphone levels. Let me check. Yep. Test 1 2. Okay, perfect. Yep. Well, I guess it's just my headphones. So who knows? These machines sometimes they just, you know how we do. Listen, this show is brought to you by Shada, the gods of good fortune. Thank you to all the new subscribers on this channel. Your names are here. Welcome to this beautiful home. Make sure that you remove your shoes as you walk around the house. It's very important. I don't bite, but the girls here, they bite. So if you stay here respectfully, you can talk about anything you want. You'll be always welcome. If you start acting strange, you will not just be kicked out. First, you will be stabbed. You'll receive some chat stabs. And then you will be banned and humiliated. Listen, it is what it is. Listen, this show is brought to you by Shada. I'm wearing right now a Shada Gang. Thank you so much, Bruno, for $10.98. So probably that's in euros, 10 euros. Thank you so much, Bruno. I don't even know why you're awake at this time. I guess there's no school tomorrow. Also, thank you to Siren des Îles for some Canadian dollars. I saw this before I came in. $10 from 10 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much. As I was telling you, the show is brought to you by Shada, where you can get this beautiful hoodie called Shada Gang hoodie exactly on shadaware.com. I'm wearing the pink version. There you go. That's the one I'm wearing. I'm wearing this one. I'm actually hot under this thing. Let me turn off the heater. So yeah, listen, you can go to Shada Gang and get this beautiful hoodie. There you go. I put the link in the chat if you are interested. And I want to acknowledge, first of all, our stream royalty, the one and only Siren des Îles for the month of April, already with $24, and also all the sponsors who have been supporting this show since the beginning of the show. I think these shows the last 25 donations. So if you want to be in this list that is rotating the whole show, all you need to do is do just like Bruno did. And oh, you changed your name, Bruno? Nice, Bruno. Interesting. So you are rebranding yourself. I can see that. Interesting. Used to be Bruno Mashki Zomba, then it was Bruno Rodriguez. Nice, just Bruno. Nice, I like that. Everybody in the chat, give me. It's so strange to me that the sound was so loud in my ears, and all of a sudden, it's just, and I don't know why. And it's those things that you can't just try to fix during the show. But I guess, yeah, maybe it's just me. So, as long as you guys are hearing me in the usual volume, I guess I have no reason to. You know what? Let me just check my whole. All right. Input device, good. Volume, nice. Pro G, done. Compressor, done. Limiter, guess it's here. Output, 75%. This is strange. Wait. A. No, I don't think this changed anything. A. Listen, I guess it feels like it's normal. Maybe if I do like this, but maybe I'm gonna be too loud. I don't know. I never touched that one. A. Listen, if it's fine for you, it's fine for me. So what am I gonna do now? Let me see how everybody's doing. I'm hot all of a sudden. Damn. Like, why did I decide to wear a hoodie when? Listen, the weather keeps changing. Sometimes we have Siberian weather, and all of a sudden we go below 10 degrees, and sometimes we're at 20 degrees, and just changes every 2 days. My whole body is just completely unbalanced. Now that's what I thought. No school this week. There you go. It's Easter, right? I don't even know why my daughter is not on holiday yet. I don't know. I have to check that out. Mr. Joel Amen, I hope everything is fine on your side. I hope the family is going good. Send my regards to everybody. Tatiana, hey, how are you? Juju Zhao, how are you? I hope you're good. I hope your little heart is shielding itself, and that you are making sure that you keep on smiling. Not the fake smile, not the Will Smith smile, the real smile. Hey, Charlene, we missed you. How are you? Is the heavy work done? Midnight and 50. Everybody, give me what time it is where you are watching with the flag of the country, Portugal. Midnight and 50. Say it's already 1 a.m. Anna Maria, much love to you as well. I hope you're good. Siren Desil, thank you again for your 10 Canadian dollars. 151 in France. Did you vote, Julie? No, you don't vote. You told me that you wouldn't vote. But yeah, did you see the result of the elections? I went to vote early in the morning. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you about my Sunday morning. I got some tension here. I need a massage. I need somebody to massage me while I'm talking, because I can feel the tension. It's non, c'est pas vrai. Respect ALC. On essaie. Tu vois, j'essaie de faire 1h30, 2 heures pour moi-même aussi pouvoir dormir le matin. Tu vois ce que je veux dire? 11:52 TG. I don't know what TG is, but yeah, all right. Midnight and 53 in London. All right, the sound is good. Canada, 7:53. No, Julie's here. She's here. Sometimes she just says something in the beginning of the chat, and then she waits. She waits like a tiger for the prey. You are really way past your usual bedtime. That's true. But look at this. That's crazy, huh? Listen. The implications of things. Telling you. What up, Sips? You have no idea why you awake so late? Listen. It's the Club Shada. Did you put comments? Listen, sometimes I put comments and then I have like 100 notification waiting for me. So, it's crazy. Dahlia, how are you? How is the show doing? Did you do a show this weekend? What was it about? And when are we doing our show? We should listen. Tomorrow, I think we should all head to Body's Advertise channel, where I might be the guest of his show, Monday Quality Talks. It's earlier than this. It's like, I think it's 8 p.m. Portugal time or 9 p.m. So that could be cool. Katarina, how are you? Thanks for all your comments that you put on the videos. Here's somebody, you see, the rest of the week, she's not there waiting for the live. She also put comments on the video in the channel. You guys, like when the live is over, like you forget about the channel when there's a lot of videos waiting. You know how I do? 8 p.m. near the falls. Listen, sometimes our heart get broken because we get surprised. Like we believed in somebody and boom, they really like disappoint us. And some of the times we put the guard down when he should have been up the whole time. And this time it's your fault, but you're gonna be fine. But your brother has to tell you the truth. Oh, beautiful. Congratulations then. Non, le bonnet chauffe vraiment. Le bonnet là. Laisse. Ah, Lomé Togo, long time. Ah, le pays des fonds. Il y a une fille qui était moitié russe que j'avais rencontrée au Togo. Je me rappelle même pas son nom. Et je me rappelle même pas à quoi elle ressemblait. Mais je me rappelle d'elle. Quelqu'un de très sympa. J'avais aussi 2 potes qui avaient un magasin de hip-hop. Ils vendaient des vêtements à Châtelet. Ils étaient du Togo aussi. Je sais pas du tout ce qu'ils sont devenus, tous ces gens. Mais ça, c'est les gars de l'enfance. Bantu Zik, Midnight in Morocco. Nice. Ooh, we have a very international crowd tonight. Canada, France, Morocco, Togo. I love it. I love it. That's beautiful. So listen, if I don't know if you've seen, I did a little changes to the intro, change the countdown font, and also instead of doing a 1 minute silence, so let me also give you some advice for those who want to start a live stream. When you start your live, it takes more or less 15 minutes for people to receive notifications that you are live, or people who are just browsing YouTube at that time, those who receive your emails, those who look at your tweets, those who look at different places to know that your live has begun. So if you start your live just by talking, like after soon as like, oh, we live, let's go, blah, 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 and you start like this, most of the people who arrive 10 or 15 minutes late, they miss the beginning of the show. So that's why I used to put 1 minute of just the sushiraw logo on the black screen for 1 minute, and then I would start some music for one song, and at the last minute of the song I start the intro, and after starting the intro, at the end of the song, when the show is about to start in a minute, I start playing the instrumentals that you hear in the back in a playlist that is looping randomly. But my problem personally was that when somebody watched the replay, I was asking myself, do they realize that the show has started? But because there's no sound, etc. So I decided to change my intro a little bit and start the music directly when the live begins. So the new intro is 1 minute of the logo plus the song that starts like 2 seconds after the show begins. And when there's 1 minute left from the song, now there's the countdown. Instead of being a 3-minute countdown, it's now a 5-minute countdown. And then I play another song, and then I start the instrumentals and I start the show. It gives more time for people to come to your live stream. So when you do a live stream, always get this in mind. Imagine you're doing a live stream of 15 minutes, for example. Let's say you just want to do a 25 minutes show when you want to talk about just one subject for 25 minutes every day. Most of your people will arrive between 10 to 15 minutes. So imagine you start talking straight. By the time they arrive, there's only 5 to 10 minutes left, and then the show is over, and then they have to watch the replay. So the solution here is always to have a little intro, put a little bit of music or something, whatever you want to do, or you can just be there with a countdown. For example, you can for example, let me show you. You can, for example, start a countdown of 10 minutes and put it like this in front of you, and you're like, yeah, and the show didn't start yet, but people see you, they know that something is going on, but the show has not started. So you can put some music in the back like this, or you can not say nothing, just say it's the intro, do your test, to say hi to the people that are coming, but you don't start your thing before it starts for real. It's like a pre-show, and this permits that everybody that is discovering your show to come during the show. But the way I do it is like I have my whole setup that I created, but it's an advice for you if you want to start your own show. So yeah, thank you. Shadaware.com. You can get this, but I'm feeling hot. I should have put a t-shirt. I'm telling you, it's not that cold outside. Hi from South America. Lovely. Where are you in South America? Saruhoshi World. Saruhoshi World. Where are you in South America? I would love to know. It's gonna be Macron Le Pen, just as everybody kind of knew, but people were trying to pretend it would be something else. Elise boys, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Actually, this morning I put my alarm at 7:30 a.m. and I actually opened my eyes before my alarm, which happens a lot to me. At 7:26, my eyes were open. It was the dark, my wife and daughter, they love to sleep with the sound of the rain, so they watch a lot of those videos that play just rain sounds. And I was just there, listening to the sounds of the rain, and I said to myself, since I'm awake and I'm about to leave the house to go vote in 4 minutes, let me just unplug the alarm so I don't wake up everybody. And of course, I fell asleep. The sound of the rain just like I then went to, what did I do after that? I think I woke up at 8 p.m. Took a super quick shower around 8:20. I was on my way out. Took the Uber, arrived at the voting, so that the French embassy in Lisbon. I arrived there at 8:40. There was not too many people, but I think on the second round, I probably make sure I arrive at 7:50, so I can just wait for them to open the door, get in, vote, and be done. But like, it was like some early birds, but it was not the queue like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I went to vote in the afternoon, and like, it was the whole street, then round the block to the corner, and that, like, nah. I think last year I did 1 hour of queuing first outside, then another 30 minutes of queuing inside to be able to vote. This year I probably did 25 minutes outside. So I was just listening to a podcast. I was listening to Joe Budden, and then I met a very nice French guy who we had a conversation, and then queuing fast. I arrived. There was 2 lines, names A to M and then M to Z. I was on M to Z. I went to the guichet, put my envelope in, and then it was taking me straight to the door. And then it was done. I voted. So I think the temperature was around 11 degrees. And there was a lot of fog, and instead of calling an Uber, I just said to myself, I want to go back home by trottinette, by scooter. So you have to understand how. Let me show you. Let me go to Google Maps. You have to understand how Lisbon is. So this is Lisbon. The place where you vote, the French embassy, I think it's here. It's here, around here. So I was here after voting in that small street. I think it's that street. So then I just went down, arrived in front of the Tarmac Market, and then here you're in front of the water in Kaysha. And I just took I rent a scooter here, and then I decided to do all this in front of the water, all this until I arrived to Braço de Prata, and then past Parque das Nações, and this is where I live. This is the bridge Vasco da Gama. I live around here in this neighborhood. So I did all this at, I think, 9 a.m. It took probably 30 minutes, 35 minutes. It was just a little cold for my hands, but sometimes I invent problems like this when I could just call the Uber. But I was just like, hey, listen, I just voted, let's go. And yeah, it was cool. You know how we do. Oh, blooder. Listen, somebody sent me a video yesterday of somebody listening to my music. I don't remember what song of mine, but it was somebody playing my song very loud in Cayenne, and there was a sign that I even forgot that road, but it was written Route de Baduel, and I was like, oh, Baduel, oh. Listen, I have so many memories. Like, I lived the whole 1 year in Cayenne, and that's where I recorded my first album. It's really a place that I call home, and it's been like 9 years that I haven't been there. So when I saw written Route de Baduel, it just brought so many memories to me. And I was like, you know what? I really have to decide myself and go spend a week in Cayenne. I don't need a show. I just need to just go and practice my Creole a little bit, because it's starting to be rusty. But mola. Well, yeah. Listen, I would say, like I said last time, if we had Le Pen president, I would still applaud France for having a woman president, because there's never been a woman president. So, it would be a start. And yeah, we'll see who wins. She can win. She can win, because they really are 50-50 right now. So there was a lot of hate against Macron right now because of everything that happened during the yellow vest, and then after the COVID, a lot of people are feeling that, yeah, he was a little too young for the job. A little people are feeling that. Now, is it enough for people to not go and vote or to vote for Le Pen? We'll see. Listen, I live in Portugal, so what actually matters to me more is when the Portuguese vote for who is the president and what are going to be the laws, and they don't really even touch me actually, because I have such a different life, and it's where I live does, like, my revenue doesn't really matter compared to where I live. It's just how much I can spend compared to where I live. So I have a pretty special life, but then some day-to-day rule might, of course, interest me in terms of taxations, in terms of those things. But I really understand the people who whoever is a government that will affect their real day-to-day life, the people for who it really matters. I'm a pretty privileged person, so I don't think her at the helm, or even Zemmour, would really change my life personally. But that's just for me. A lot of people are so emotional about those things. They all believe that it would be the end of the world if one of them won. I don't think so. But that's me. Come on. I'm free. Whenever you have the subject, we call each other, we decide a date, I put it in the calendar. So call me. Here in Canada, people waited 4 hours to... Hell no. I want to know why everybody that comes to Club Shada, like 50% of the people in this show come from Canada. That's crazy. And it's beautiful that we already had 66 people that passed. That's beautiful. The show gets just better and better and better and better with more and more people. I'm so happy Zemmour only have 7%. No Le Pen president. The problem for these people, right, is that because they have a certain way to present their politics to attract some people, they might arrive to a presidency like Trump, where if you have half of the population that hates you, it's complicated to go to certain places and etc. So, like, if you are the president of the people from Guadeloupe, Martinique, from the Dom and Tom, Guyane, Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon, all these places, if you spent your campaign hating on them, even if it's not them, they still feel it. So how you make them just respect you enough so that when you go and you hear there's not a revolt. That's the problem, especially in countries like France. in countries like Eastern Europe, where there's maybe less countries built less on immigration, and those people, even the immigration is between Slavic people. So even when they have a far right person at the helm, for the people it's not a shock as it is for the people of France, because the people from France, they all believe that they are righteous. We believe that we are like the chosen ones. So it's complicated. If there's a far right wing president, then everybody's like, oh my God, we are like, they discover they discover reality, and they don't like reality because they like to point fingers on others. If now they are us too, a lot of people will not like live it well. And it's a country that has so many territories outside of its own territory. When you talk about Hungary, that has Orban, Hungary is just Hungary. The territory. It's not Hungary and Martinique and Guadeloupe and Guyane and les Mahorais, like Nouvelle-Calédonie, all these places. France is still have a lot of territory from the old empire that they never gave back to all these different populations. And they don't want to give them back because it's strategic, so that they can have geopolitical advantage from all the places in the ocean. So that's why they will never give back Guadeloupe, Martinique, Guyane. They need to launch at Kourou. Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon give them an advantage here. The Polynesia give them an advantage as well, not far from the Pacific, etc. So they have so many territories that are sometimes 8,000 kilometers from France, and they want to keep them for geopolitical reasons. But then at the same time, they want to have a hexagonal, like, it's very interesting that the French president only comes from Paris. I mean, he might come from somewhere in the hexagon, but we never had a French president that was from Guadeloupe or from Martinique or from Cayenne, or even listen, even if he's white, we never had a French president that is a Béquet or somebody who's white but lived all his life in Cayenne and just went up from there. So it's a country that is full of contradictions, and is still very centralized. Like, people are like, it's Paris ruling the rest. So the further you are from Paris, the less you feel like you exist until they need you to vote. And then the rest of the time, they don't even talk about what happens like in the news. Like, if you want to know what happens in Martinique, which is French territory, it's not like, no, it is part of the French territory. If you want to know what happens there, you need to turn on Martinique Première. You need to turn on local channels. The Paris centralized television, when they play the things, unless there's something negative or something like crazy happening, they will not talk to you about what happens and all the great things that happen in Martinique, Guadeloupe, Guyane, and the rest of the other territories. So yeah, there's a complete contradiction. And yeah, so this is why, like, a far right president would be a shock to all of them, all of us, not to me, but us as the French people. So yeah, listen, it's compliqué. So with all these noise, only 7% to Zemmour. Well, I mean, listen, that's still a lot of people. First of all, 7%. I don't know. I think there's been 35 million people who voted. So 7% is still, a few million people to 3 million people, something like that. The thing is, the media does a lot of the exaggeration. The media also, the media probably, I would say that the reason why it died down so early for him was that the media started too early. The whole Zemmour president, that it started way too early. So by the time we arrived in, I think he announced in November, or December, I don't remember. So by the time we arrived in February, the media talked about it too much and it started dying down. So people were saying 13%, 15%, and it ended up being 7% only. So can he do a negotiation with Marine? I don't know. The problem is, at the same time, when during the campaign you talk a certain way about these people, you steal some people, you steal her niece, etc. I don't know if these people will say, yeah, the game is the game, because now you are enemies. So now the question is, if he was not there, I know a lot of the people who voted for him are also people that are not from the far right, that just from the right, but they like his project. If he wasn't there, what would have been the score of Marine Le Pen? That's the question that people are asking themselves, because they are not so far one from each other. And I think last time I checked, Mélenchon was not too far. Let me see. Let me check. Let me check where we are right now, because 800 000 voix d'écart entre Mélenchon et Le Pen. All right. Got that. How do I post that? Let me see. Shada under the 500%. So Emmanuel Macron 27%, Marine Le Pen and Jean-Luc Mélenchon. So less than 8,000 for her. 7,900,000 and him 7,100,000. So is it already finished, or Mélenchon can go back up? That's the question I'm asking myself. I'm wondering what Zemmour will do after that, because he can continue, right? Become a deputy, or go back to doing books, because if he does a book, he's gonna make even more money. So he's a multi-millionaire with all his books. Or maybe just start working on in 5 years or in 10 years. All right. Interesting. So, yeah, we'll see. It is interesting. That is true. You guys are not putting likes on these videos. Everybody that's new, turn off the chat, go put a like, and then put the chat back if you are on your phone. If you're not on your phone, you're on your TV, on your computer, click the like button, please. This helps the show. Eric is your favorite. All right. Yeah, Mélenchon is not far, like I said. But my question was, is this now definite? It's going to be Mélenchon, is he third, or can he still go up 800,000 votes? I don't know, like, because this would be so crazy if it was Mélenchon against Macron. That would be crazy. Listen, actuality is actuality. We have to talk about everything. Actually, there's going to be a little more politics. C'est qui la fille qui te plaît? That's a lot of people, huh? And Marine is 30 million people. So, it is what it is. Mass Electronic was goody. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm going to tell you this way. I believe way more in the French democracy than the Congolese one. In Congo, anybody can have a diplomatic passport. So, you know, we're still in something that if we vote, like, I still feel there's a result. Now, listen, enough speaking about this. So what did I do after that? I really stayed on my sofa and fell asleep back because I really actually woke up super early and I didn't sleep that much. After that, when I woke up, my daughter and my wife went to a birthday party and I stayed with my son, and I think we went to eat. We wanted to take scooters and go to the center of the city, but the wind was really cold. So we decided to just try this new place called, I think the name is Afuri, I think. And it's ramen and gyoza. It was so good. It was top. We ate well, and then after that, we came back home. And then we just chilled the whole afternoon, did nothing special. I edited a lot of videos. Listen, I have a lot of videos on the channel. Let me go to my channel. I added a lot of videos to Club Shada clips. This takes time to update itself, but I added let me go to my videos. I gotta go. Okay, I edited a lot of videos. If you have time after the show, just go and leave some likes. I added Jada Pinkett said she needs no one to slap people for her. Jean-Claude Van Damme gets a Congolese passport. Something about the French election that we talked with Bodhisattva. Me and Bodhisattva talking about Kilulu. Good News Corpse. The documentary Genius. Don't Let Fame Steal Your Identity. The Truth Was Simpler Before. How Will Smith Fuck His Career. Zidane Last Game. And the internet is exhausting. All these videos are new videos on the channel. So if you could, that would be amazing that you go leave a like, comment, you just say great video, something like that. That would greatly help this channel grow. So that's what I did. After that, I want to talk to you about the aftermath of the aftermath of the aftermath of the aftermath of the Oscars, the Academy of Motion Pictures, the Oscars, deciding what would be the punition of Will Smith after the whole slap debacle. And they decided to ban him from the Academy. Will Smith is banned. They decided to ban him for the Academy for 10 years. So he's been banned from the Oscars for 10 years. That's a lot of years. In a statement, the Academy said the 94th Oscar had been overshadowed by the unacceptable and harmful behavior we saw Mr. Smith exhibit on stage. He has apologized and resigned from the Academy as well. And they decided to, ban him for 10 years. That's a lot of time. Hey, Olga, I hope you're doing good. I know that these are not the best moments, but lots of love for you. And when is your festival? When is your next festival? Are you doing a festival this summer? Must be must be crazy to be organizing at the same time, thinking about everything that's going on in your country. But lots of love for you. I'm so mad about that decision. They are crazy. I hate Jada now. Well, so this is how it works. He's been banned for 10 years, meaning that he's not part of the Academy anymore. He cannot vote anymore. He still keeps his Oscar, so he can keep it, and he cannot come to any ceremony anymore. But he still can be nominated in movies, meaning that if he does an amazing movie and he's nominated for an Oscar, he can still win more Oscars, but he will not be able to come get them. So will they give him another one in the case? Will they I don't know. Is it too much? I don't know. I think 5 was enough, because what it did was still something that had to be punished in a way. A lot of the people in America want to make it a race thing, a black thing, etc. I don't. Listen, he made a mistake. He misjudged the moment, and listen, he has a 10-year ban from everything motion pictures, so Oscars, etc. There's a lot of other places where he can win. He can still win a lot of other prizes, and he doesn't have to go. He might, when he wins something, he can still send a video. He can focus on himself. He still has his Oscar. They didn't take it. I think it would have been unfair if people like Roman Polanski or Weinstein and others that did stuff that are way worse, even if it was not during the ceremony, but because of they did. Those people have banned for life. I think Weinstein and Polanski are banned for life, but they still have their past Oscars. They still have it. In France, it's different. France, who like to point fingers, guys like Polanski still win stuff, and their movies are still funded by the French government. So we're not gonna be here and commenting other people when we're not even able to do it. Is it fair? I mean, the position where they are, they had to say something and they had to decide something. If they suspended him for 1 year, I don't think it was enough. Maybe 5, 6. I guess they chose 10. That's a long time. He's gonna be 63 when he can return. So that's to me where, it's a little. Let me see what you said before I tell you my opinion. At this point, does he care? He has his Oscar. Yeah, but Kendrick, like, look, in 2001, I won Best African Artist at the Cora Awards. So I was super happy. It was 2001. But I won another one. And I won another one. And then I won another one. So I have 3 of them. 1 in my mother's house and 2 in my house. So I also was nominated for at the MTV Awards for Best African Artist as well in 2005. I didn't win, but I was part of the nominees. So now in my resume, I can say that I'm an MTVE nominee, and I have 3 Cora Awards. As a performer, if it's what you work for, the fact that you're gonna win 1, 2, 3, etc., this adds to your resume. So if you win a Grammy, it's amazing. But if you win 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, it's even better. Now, I'm not saying you want to win one for every time you do a movie, but if every time you do an Oscar-worthy movie, the goal is to be nominated for that by your peers. Now, if you just have one, and imagine, to me, it's not, oh, who cares? He has his Oscar. The day I won my awards were, as an artist, 2 of the most beautiful days of my life because of everything that went around it. The money I made, the interviews on CNN, my name around the world, etc., etc. But imagine if that day, in front of Nelson Mandela, Michael Jackson, in 2001 or 2002, I don't remember which one that the ones where they were. But imagining that day as crew the day, and instead of celebrating and being happy, I'm here crying on stage and excusing myself for something. Yeah, I have my Oscar, but it doesn't taste great. You see what I mean? It's like, it's okay. Let me give you a stupid example, Kaysha style. Let's say you have this girl, you really, really wanted this girl. You really wanted her. And the day you finally get to club with her, dinner with her, and she says, you wanna come up, watch a movie with me, and it's already like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and you're like, oh my God, it's happening. And then that day, you don't perform well. And it's like, you know you didn't perform well. I don't know. You went too fast, or you were tired, or I don't know, something. You know that you need another shot. And then the next, whatever, something happens and she's pissed off something, you guys don't talk anymore. And you guys will not talk anymore for 10 years. And she's gonna stay in this, or maybe you're gonna stay for you in this thing where you're gonna say, and somebody's gonna say, hey, it's okay, you you know, yeah, you had her in your bed, it's okay. But for you, maybe you're like, yeah, I had her, but not the right way. You see what I mean? I need another 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 shots. Like, I need to, to know that she enjoyed it, I enjoyed it. That time was not the best. We were both tired. Something. It is happens. So if you only have that one shot, and yeah, you get the prize, but it's like bittersweet. Now you want to have a second shot when this time you're gonna shine, and you're gonna leave that apartment. You're gonna be like, so you see what I mean? So I really believe that as an actor, so that's just my opinion, as an actor, you work hard to become, especially if you started as a rapper. So maybe when you start your first movie, people are not really taking you seriously. Now you work for the next 20 years, 30 years to become respected, to become the most respected or most paid actor. But you still don't have the prize, that prize. And a lot of people will say, oh, it's just an Oscar. No, for an actor, it's not just an Oscar. It's the Oscar. It changes everything. It changes your businesses. It changes your price. If you get 20 million per movie, if you have an Oscar, now you take 30 million per movie. If some people will come and work with you, some brands will come, some people who would pay you, I don't know, X amount for your time might have to double that amount of money, because now you are how do you say this? Academy winner. You see what I mean? So all the business around it, if you work all these years to arrive here, and then a few years before you really had that movie that was really Oscar worthy, and then yeah, you were not nominated, and then you're cool with everybody, but your wife is now part of, with Spike Lee doing the Oscar so white. Everybody's like, yeah, there's only white nominees, all these things. So your wife has been complaining. You don't say nothing because you don't want all the problems, but your wife doesn't care. She's more vocal about those things. She's more an activist about those things. So she's like, no, babe, we're not gonna just be there, and we're gonna go and how you say, we're gonna go and we're gonna complain about it. It's not normal. So 2016, she boycotts the thing, and she maybe you're more a diplomat person. You're more somebody who's like, hey, listen, let's work behind the scene. Let's not make scandals. Your wife makes a scandal, but she's with Spike Lee and other respected people. But still, the fact that she makes a scandal, maybe she's destroying your chances a little bit, right? And after all these years, another 4, 5, 6 years pass, and now you're nominated for this movie. And this movie that really touches you, and it's probably struck a chord with you. You just did your biography. You're just on that level where, since after the pandemic, you just came out, like, your YouTube is killing, your social media is killing, everybody loves you, you see what I mean? And this whole entanglement shit, like, people, you like, yeah, I'll make all these people forget it. And now it's your day that you work for all these years, and boom, he makes a joke, and you decide that you had it up to here, and now pressure, whatever, like Denzel said, the devil got a hold of you for a few minutes, and boom, you slap somebody you knew for 30 years in front of the whole world, and everybody has to react. And now, not only everybody has your wife in their mouth, but also, yeah, you get your Oscar, but it's not really on the moment. It's not really a celebration. You're not doing an acceptance speech where you're like happy and you're proud. Now you're crying. You're just crying, like. And Yeah, even if, yeah, I got my Oscar finally, but you see what I mean? I don't know if you ever been there where you finally get where you wanted, but it doesn't feel good. Listen, happened to me so many times. Do you know how many times I'm missing 4 likes? The 4 people who didn't put likes. You know, I'm somebody, I guess, with the people I talk to, I'm probably right. I don't know, 99% of the time. When we talk about business, about strategies, about things, most of the time I'm right. And sometimes it takes 6 years to prove that I was right. But in these 6 years, yeah, the people who pretend they are right, they're laughing, they're talking a lot, they go here, they're like, they have a certain attitude and it pisses you off. And then when the whole thing is over, the war is over, and etc., people look at you and they're like, yeah, you were right. And do I care anymore? Not really. I would have preferred that you guys listened to me 6 years ago so we could have made money 6 years ago. Instead of that, you chose the small road when I was proposing the highway. So is this thing, to me, it's not just the fact that he had the Oscar. It's way more than that. And now for 10 years, listen, even if you have another one, you're not going to be able to be there. And maybe if you are nominated for another one, maybe they will be like, listen, we know he's not going to be there, so they might not give it to you just because they know you're not going to be there. You see what I mean? And now and listen, and even if you win another one, you cannot even be there. And if you're an actor, this is like Mecca. So now let me talk to you about opportunities after that. Where was I in the... '16th of June, Cruella Beach Festival. Ooh, all benefits go to support Ukraine. All right. I'm never invited, but I think I'm just gonna get my room and my plane ticket and go because you don't love me that much. They should have gave him 15 years so that next time he knows how to tell his wife to stop manipulating him. I think 10 is enough. It's hard to get nominated when they're pulling your movies and folks don't want to work with you anymore. I mean, this is the aftermath. The world moves fast. I don't think he's gonna be in the blacklist for that long. Give it 6 months and then he's gonna listen. I believe that he's in rehab now. He's getting the help he needs. And when he comes out of this, I believe that his PR team is getting ready to do everything they need for him to come out of this on that level. I believe. I believe it's probably going to be on his YouTube channel that he's going to arrive like a hero. In my opinion, it's going to come with, the story of redemption, the story of hitting the fan and explaining and the Americans, they love this. Americans, they love a good story of a hero that falls in the middle of the movie and all of a sudden he doesn't even know how to use his powers anymore because he's too depressed, and then he just decides to go back to being a normal person. Then crime goes up again, and then the crimes are around him, and he just doesn't do anything. He just drinks his coffee while crime is going on, and then people look at him like, "You don't care about us," and he's like, and he just doesn't care, and then continues until one day there's something happens and somebody kills somebody kills somebody's mom, and the little kid is here, is like, he's crying and he's like, Superman, why did you abandon us? Oh my God. And then he's like, and then you hear the music, those, and his eyes become red, and then it just go up, and then there's a crime going on, and it arrives out of nowhere and helps everybody, and everybody's like, oh my God, he's back. And then everybody that used to hate him starts saying, oh, he's back for us, he's back for us, oh my God, etc., etc. The Americans love the redemption story. If you can survive the desert, when you get water in the other side, you get waters and the flowers, and everybody forgot everything that happened. Just look at Cayenne and all this, the things he said. Sometimes he said some stuff that were offensive to some people, not to others. Sometimes he said stuff that everybody was offended about. Sometimes he said things that people maybe misinterpreted, etc., etc. But every time he comes with an album or a church service or something, or he just transform his persona into something else, and everybody comes back like sheep because he's God for them. So they're angry, and then a good song and people return. So this is very American, you know. I mean, around the world is probably the same thing, but it's a little different. I mean, in Europe, I know in France, when you do something bad or you do something that people ban you from, they love to ban you from for life in France. They love to like be like, nah, you're in purgatory forever. Like, they're gonna ban you and they're not gonna invite you nowhere anymore, and everybody's gonna have the same attitude towards you. Nobody will want to invite you, and all your friends will be like, you know, I really like you, but I can't, bro. I'm sorry. Like, you know, my hands are tied, etc., etc. In the US, it's gonna last a few times, and then look, everybody forgot about the Mel Gibson stuff, all that stuff. Everybody's back. You know, it really depends the type of culture where you are from. Hey, Anna. It's just a slap. I know it's a mistake, but it's only a slap. Chris Ross is not physically hurt. 10 years is insane. Well, listen, it's not just a slap, Julie. It's a slap during the Oscars. When it comes to movies, it is the highest of the high. I would say it would be the same as a slap during the Festival de Cannes. You might not be invited anymore as well, and you might lose a few movies as well. Not because it's just a slap, because if you gave the slap backstage, it wouldn't have been the same thing. You give the same slap backstage, nobody knows about it, or we hear about it. Maybe there's rumors, but because nobody has seen it, it's okay. If you do it in front of the millions of people who were watching around the world, and it becomes like international news to the point where for 2-3 days people stop talking about Ukraine to talk about it, it's not just a slap anymore. It's a slap that has a noise that is heard to the other side of the world. And listen, Chris Rock is not harmed, but as he said, he's been a victim of bullying when he was a kid, and he's somebody that has self-esteem issues. So you don't know how harmed he is inside. We don't know. I'm not gonna speak for him. So he's been a pro. Everybody has been, I would say, pro. He put everybody in a situation where nobody thought he would put himself in that situation. That's the sad part, because, you know, like, if he was 50 Cent or somebody that people know to be notoriously a problematic person, maybe people wouldn't have been shocked, and maybe you still would have been punished, but it would be different. But Will built an image of the perfect husband, the perfect man, the perfect friend, the smiling guy, and he's been a victim himself of that image. So it's just like me. In the music industry, I have problems with nobody. I never have problems. I never yell. I'm never into issues, etc., etc. I respect everybody. I try to speak respectfully to everybody. But if one day people discover, or I do something violent, or you find me in a club fighting somebody, people are gonna be shocked way more than if it was Nichols, for example, because Nichols have been always in problems. You see what I mean? And me not. So it shocks even more because it's you as well, and because also media will make it what they want. So sometimes when people have nothing against you, the day you give them something, you give them the stick to beat you, they're gonna be so happy to beat you up. This is how the world works, sadly. So yeah, I mean, if you remove the emotion from it and you put yourself in the place of somebody who's organizing an event like this, of that magnitude for Hollywood, not for me. I mean, I never watched Oscars, but for the people who care about that event, for the actors, it's the Academy Awards. So the fact that you do this there, violence in the US, it's called a punch or slap, like anything violence is an assault in the US. Even if you spit on somebody, is an assault. And depending of where you are, if this was in I think in Atlanta or I don't remember where, in some states, even if Chris Rock said, no, I don't want to leave him alone, police can charge him anyway, just because of the images. So you have to not see it as a French citizen. You have to also see it from an American point of view in their system of law and system of you see what I mean? I remember when I got arrested at the immigration in the US, what the woman told me was like, yeah, the most important thing is that you lied. I was like, what? What is she talking about? Who cares? But you see what I mean? He's like, and I was like, why are you trying to be righteous in that country when there's strip clubs everywhere and churches just near there? But this is America. That's a contradiction they live in. So you have to really think about that when you are analyzing those type of situations. So I know that it was 60 people voting, 50 something people, or 60 people, I don't remember. And some of them were like, no, we want to remove the Oscar from him. And some others was like, no, listen, if we didn't remove the Oscars from Weinstein, from Cosby, from what's his name? The French guy, and from the others, we cannot remove from him because he's still, even if he did a mistake, he's still a good guy. But at the same time, if we don't do nothing and we don't say nothing, we don't put some discipline, then the next year, everybody's gonna start thinking that they can do it. So, rules, you have to put rules. Like if you go in the street and you pass the red light, and if the police never do nothing, everybody's gonna start passing the red light, just like in Congo, because police never say nothing. Now you need to get a fine so that everybody understand that there are rules. And if you think about it emotionally because you like him, etc., yeah, for you it's gonna be unfair. I like him. he's really an artist I respect, so I'm actually on his side. But at the same time, I'm on the side of rules. So he sadly he sat on top of the rules. Like, he didn't care about all these rules, and he didn't think about what he was doing to everybody else on the moment. Like Questlove, all the, like, Samuel Jackson finally get his Oscar, all these things. Nobody talked about it because it became about him and his wife and alopecia, when actually it was the night of so many other people. So imagine on my night where I got my awards, somebody did something crazy in South Africa that night. I'd be pissed off because maybe CNN is not even interested in doing the interview with me because everybody's interested in whatever happened. And me, I'm like, hey, I got an Oscar for the beat I made for that movie. Like, somebody cares. Now everybody's talking about the slap. So that you could feel as the other people, you could feel disrespected as well. Exactly when Kanye went to Taylor Swift and start making the whole Grammys his moment, when to talk about Beyonce, when the poor girl was 19, she's winning her Grammy, and you hear talking about, oh, I'm gonna let you finish, but yo, what is this? Like, who raised you? You see what I mean? At a point, yeah. Personally, you cannot be here speaking about being holy, walking high, showing a certain level of education to the kids, being a role model to everybody, being the guy who saved the world in Independence Day, saved the far west in the wild west, etc., and then becoming and then representing King Richard and all these things, and saying everywhere that, family and this and that, respect. I want to show the kids how it is to be a dad, and then you lose your temper in front of millions of people because then you're in contradiction with everything, all the values. You see what I mean? I've been in so many moments where, yeah, some people can piss me off as well, but I have to think about, listen, how it's going to affect my business and how it's going to affect also my kids, my family name, all these things. Yeah, it's pressure, but yeah, it is what it is when you choose to be a public person. So I don't think it's just a slap, and I don't think it's unfair. I think everybody will decide how much he should have had, but he will be 63. This is a lifetime ban. 63 is not that old. Look, Samuel Jackson just had his Oscar at 65, so but I'm wondering now, and it's interesting to think now in terms of business, what he can do during these 10 years that he's banned from the Oscars. Even if he's banned from the Oscar, he's now the most spoken about actor in the world. Scandals sometimes are the best marketing tools. That's true. The problem here is that a lot of people, especially in Hollywood, a lot of people are now not wanting to work on his movies for now. So everybody's speaking about him, but he's like he stinks. You see what I mean? A lot of people like Apple TV, Netflix, they just removed themselves from bid from a movie he was producing. Bad Boys 4 is halted for now. So a lot of people are like, sorry, and it's horrible because it's just one mistake when you've been perfect for 30 years. But that one mistake, everybody's like, listen, let's wait a little bit. And so all this time, you're going to bleed money. It's going to cost you a lot of money as well. Listen, he has more than 200 million in his bank account. He's fine. But if you need 20 million and you don't want to put them in your pocket, and you had this bank as a sponsor, these people, Coca-Cola, all these people, right, who were part of the financement of this movie that you are working on, that, or this project that costs 50 million, and you don't want to put them from your pocket. Those people, they're like, no, we want to finance for you. We want to be your partners. When there's a scandal like this, all these people, they're like, sorry, and then they leave. So now you cannot do your project. And it's not as easy as saying, yeah, but you got your money, you can do it, or whatever. No, this is a real setback in terms of business, because maybe you need it to be on Netflix for it to have the reach that you want. Maybe you need these partners to speak to those people to have the authorization for this specific thing that you want to do. And if those people are like, nah, listen, right now we cannot even speak to you, this can destroy your whole business. And maybe a lot of people that you are paying for the different things, all of a sudden they're out of a job. So the implications are huge. A lot of people are trying to make it about emotional stuff. I'm here to talk to you about the business. Listen, Olga is somebody that makes two of the best festivals in Spain of Kizomba. Imagine she has financement, so she finances everything herself. She's rich. But imagine if everything in her festivals were financed by a little bit the state of Madrid. I mean, not my, but by the city of Madrid, by the state of where she has a second festival, maybe a little bit by Samsung, maybe a little bit by this television company, this radio was doing promotion, etc. And her whole business was not only about, maybe she puts to generate her festival, she put 10,000 from her pockets, and maybe she has another 30,000 coming from the different partners. And with that money, she can pay a certain level of people. She can pay dancers. She can pay the plane tickets for an artist that she wants to come to for the festival. Maybe she can have different type of meal, different type of hotel, all the things that she can do. Because instead of just having 10,000 to invest, she has 50,000. And on an award show, she comes and she slaps somebody, and it's just a slap because whatever, somebody said something about her boyfriend or about me, for example. Somebody said something bad about me and she's pissed. She slapped somebody, and now all the sponsors decide to remove themselves from the conversation for now. They said, let's talk about next year when maybe people forgot about the whole thing. Right now, you're a little toxic. And now she only has 10,000. Let's say she already has a deal with some of the people, and she really needs at least 25,000 because she has to pay everybody, pay her teams, pay the plane tickets, pay the artists that she already signed contracts, already gave 25%, etc. Maybe she advanced some of her money knowing that the sponsors will cover the rest, etc. And now, all of a sudden, from one just little slap, your whole operation is in jeopardy. That's what I mean when I say it's not just a little slap. You see what I mean? So, and this is why when I do anything in my businesses, I really think that my actions, listen, I'm like everybody. Sometimes you can lose your mind. Sometimes you can lose your temper. Somebody's gonna piss you off at a time. Somebody's gonna say something at the right moment, etc. And yeah, in your head, you're punching that person. But me, from the moment in my head I'm punching that person, in the next 2 seconds, from this being an idea to being to my fist doing this, in these 2 seconds I'm gonna think about all the implications. I'm really gonna think about all this, and I'm just gonna be like, wait a minute. And I'm like, now you know what? I'm gonna do it differently. I'm gonna slap you, but I'm not gonna slap you physically. I'm gonna slap you in a way that you will not see coming, and it's gonna take me 6 months to arrive there. In 6 months, something gonna happen to you in your business that's really gonna fuck you up, fuck your business completely, and you will never know it came from me, because it will not gonna be me in front of you slapping you. It's gonna be me doing something here that will do something here, 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 and this will create a hole. 6 months from now, there's gonna be a hole that you don't even know the hole is there. I already know the hole is there, and you're gonna walk in your hole, and then when you're gonna fall in the hole, I'm gonna hear that you fell in the hole, and I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna be like, all right, karma is served, and I'm gonna move on. Yeah. Listen, either you're a real devil or you're not. You have to be smart when you want to. Don't slap people. You can fuck them way better than that. Yeah. I mean, it's not like he's not successful. He had a lot of successes, and there's a lot of things that he can do. We're going to talk about this too. Next award is coming King with this new album. I feel it. You know that I don't even submit my music to awards anyway. So thank you. Yep. There you go. Hey, my Jew. Kaysha, Will need to get a divorce. Jada don't love Will Smith. It's sad for Will. Thing is this. Who are we to decide? Listen, like they said, bad marriage for life. Maybe he doesn't believe in divorce. You know, some people don't. Like, my parents don't believe in divorce. Like, they've been together for 45 years. You think it was amazing the whole 45? No, it was not. They had ups and downs and probably had lots of reasons to divorce, and they never did because maybe they just don't believe in it being big. Maybe because culturally it's not their thing. Some people believe in God way more than in their own lives, and maybe divorcing would be disrespecting God or disrespecting their parents, disrespecting their beliefs. We don't know. I know personally that for me to divorce, like, listen, me personally, if I separate from my wife one day, I will not divorce. I will let her go, whatever, but I will just stay married because of my belief on the things. Now, if she really wants to do paperwork, etc., I'll do it for her. But for me, I will just stay married to nobody because of my belief, of what getting married means to me. And if I meet somebody after in a few years, etc., I will not get married again. I'll do this just one time. That's it. And I'll keep my ring on my finger too. And if somebody is not happy about it, I'll be like, the door is here. Because listen, we can all move, we can all change, but everybody come with their belief, and everybody come with the reasons why they stay somewhere, even if it's toxic. And this is something that only them, I guess, know about. We cannot. Thank you. It's a song made for a girl called Natalie. My first girlfriend, actually. 92. Damn. It's a long time ago. That was her birthday, April 4th. I think he would have gotten away with the slap if he didn't start yelling and cussing. Academy was mad because they weren't able to bleep them out. Yeah, these two. I would think it was the whole thing, in my opinion. If Will doesn't want to wait that long, he can always turn trans, and then Hollywood will have to forgive him. Oh my God. I'm gonna start calling you far right Bruno. Will Smith basically told everyone it's okay to assault someone if you don't like what they say, and made comedians' life harder. Exactly. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake, and he knows. Thank you. Just giving you some perspectives. A movie on Will's life will be heavy. From Bel Air to the cheating wedding to a sad ending, him fucking up his career with the slap and the aftermath rejection. And maybe after that, the redemption. Listen, it's very biblical. So yeah, that would be a great movie actually. Exactly. Always think about the implications. Those two only speak in tandem, you see? One come, the other one come. It's like, careful. If one slaps you, the other one will slap you revers. But you know what he could do? Look, there's something very interesting about American black culture. And I could say the same thing around us in Europe. I mean, France, which is where I know the most about the entertainment industry. And Bruno, you had that problem, I remember, when you did the Maschkizamba Awards. It's very interesting how black African Americans complain a lot about not being part of the white institution awards and stuff, but at the same time they don't put the same energy in supporting their own awards, Source Awards, BET Awards. Like, it is more like, we want to be part of your thing because it's been, okay, your thing has more cachet, it's been here for so long, and we want you to let us in. But they also have their own awards, but they don't support it. See what I mean? And they don't make their awards as amazing as the other awards. I remember when we did the Cora Awards, the ceremony was amazing. It really was something beautiful and stuff. But then, you know, Africans, corruption, that, the whole thing just got messed up. And to me, I remember when there was the first Cora Awards, in my head I was like, oh my God, this is like the Grammys. This is the African Grammys. But for this to become the African Grammys, you have to go 20 years every year with the same righteousness. And in a certain way, we tend to complain about us not letting us in, but our own stuff, we don't make it as big and as good as theirs. And the public is the same. The public is part of the culprits, because even them, they will watch these awards with 10 million people, 12 million people, but when it's going to be our awards, they're not going to be there. Same thing for something I told you long time ago about Wakanda Forever. When Black Panther came out, every single African American, diaspora Africans, all of us, we were like this. Everybody was so happy. Oh my God, a movie by us, for us. Oh, in Africa, Wakanda. Everybody was going crazy, and everybody was giving their money to Disney. And all the money was still going there. And I said at that time that if we made the same exact movie with the same exact budget, with the same everything, but it was not a Disney movie. It was a movie produced by, I don't know, South Africans or Nigerians or in Congo or by some French diaspora Africans. Nobody would care about the movie. People would be like, wow, that was a great, oh wow, you know, it was really a great movie, but it would be like, yeah, on YouTube. And this is a problem about us, that we want to be accepted by some people and we want to force ourselves in there because we see their awards better than our awards if we did it. So we're always going to complain about their awards. And when Bruno did the Mais Kizomba Awards, it was the same people complaining about Mais Kizomba, the Mais Kizomba channel, yeah, but it's a white guy doing that. And when Luciana Abreu, who's a great Portuguese singer, won the Kizomba Song of the Year, everybody went crazy. And everybody was pissed off that he was, yeah, it's Kizomba, it's our thing. And me, I was like, it's not your thing. You're not controlling nothing. You're like, it's not your channel. It's not your thing. And you guys didn't put the votes. You guys only care when it's time to complain. You should care from the get-go and be part of something and have the whole public be way more interested in Will Smith winning, I don't know, call it how you want, an Oscar for black people. Make it something that is recognized by the Africans, the diasporas, and the Afro-Americans, and make it for you more important than Hollywood. And also go support Nollywood and all the other Hollywoods from Africa and the diasporas way more than you put your money when it's a Marvel movie and etc. Because it feels like you are so obsessed with this idea of being accepted by on their platform that you don't want to work on your own platform, and you will not, like, you see what I mean? And it's the same thing for clothing. For like, listen, people prefer buying Christian Dior, and if they do the exact same hoodie, exact same one, it costs them, I don't know, it cost me 25 to create this, and I sell them for 35. I think I make $10 when you buy one for 35. But they're gonna make it for 25. They're gonna sell it for 200. But because they're gonna see it written CD, they're gonna buy it for 250. But they will not buy mine because I'm their brother. And this is a real problem. So listen, he's banned for 10 years. This is a good 10 years for him to work on something that belongs to us as an ensemble of all the different black structures here and there. This is a good time now that you have 10 years that it's not worth caring about the Oscars. You can become the champion of Black Oscars or whatever you want to name it. You can be the champion of something, and instead of, yeah, you worked your whole life to be the darling of Hollywood, be like, all right, guys, respect and stuff. Listen, we can still work on some stuff together, but I'm gonna be about my people now, and I'm gonna work on my people. I'm gonna work on things, and I'm gonna create a new academy for us, by us, with us, and yeah. And that's where you get power. That's when you don't feel like, oh, I slapped somebody in. And you should not slap nobody nowhere, but I slapped somebody in enemy territory, and even if they like me, they had no choice but ban me for 10 years. All right, listen, I have 10 years now. Let me work on something now that I don't have a choice anyway, yeah, listen, my next movie is going to be on my YouTube channel. It's going to be on my service. It's going to be in this. It's going to be there. Netflix, you don't want to invest in my movie? No problem. Let's see if we have a streaming service that has, etc. Did you see what Elon Musk did? He was start of Twitter and this shit. He bought 9% of Twitter. You don't think that all of us, as if we start putting our money where our complaint is, we just start. A guy like Will Smith, who has hundreds of millions in the bank, cannot buy 10 millions of shares of Netflix. How much is a Netflix share? Let me check on my phone. Let me check on. Where is this thing? Stock. So stocks, a Netflix share. Let me see Netflix. A Netflix share is $355. So if you have 100 million, you can put 20 million or 10 million in Netflix shares. Now you are one of the biggest shareholders of the company. As the biggest shareholder of the company, nobody comes and tell you stink. We cannot work with you that much because I own you. I own a little bit of you. So you're not gonna come and talk to me strange. You see what I mean? It's exactly what happened to me with the radios. The radios didn't want to play my songs back then. So I was like, you know what? No problem. I'll go with the internet. I stopped putting everything on YouTube. I'm talking about 15 years ago when YouTube started and everybody was telling me I was crazy. I was not crazy. I was just saying, you know what? My fans will listen to me with or without you. And people are like, we don't listen to you on radio. Kaysha.tv, this is where you can find me. Kaysha.com, this is where you can find me. This is something I've been doing my whole life. Independence. I'd rather be small, but my voice is heard by my people. It might be 1,000 people on Club Shada. That's way more than enough for me. And it's just going to grow and grow and grow instead of yelling and crying every day to be on whatever TV station or whatever radio. I don't care because I prefer making my own media and I want the people who love me to support as well. See what I mean? Some people, they come to this show, the first thing they do, they give me $10. Why? Because they are supporting a movement. A lot of other people, they want to support, they say they support, they say etc., etc. But when they have $10, they'd rather put it in whatever, something else, because they don't, in their heart, they really don't believe in us. So, and I understand the system is built this way. The system is built for you to believe that the Oscars is the best thing that you can have as an actor. Hollywood is built around this because it's all the same group of people who want to control and keep control of everything. Now, if you start being, and if you're not, most of the time you think about those things, but you're scared of being banned. What happened to me? I got banned. I got banned like in 99 or 2001. I got banned, so I had nothing to lose anymore. That's how I start thinking the way I think today. Will Smith is banned now. He has 10 years. And in these next 10 years, it doesn't matter. You don't need to work and work all to have an Oscar. So you can start thinking about, what if I start doing something for us? Maybe this is your redemption. Maybe this is why you were put in this hardship, I'm looking for épreuve. Maybe why God put you there to this moment where you work your whole life for something and then you screw everything. Maybe it's for you to realize that it's not worth it. Maybe it's for you to realize that it's time to stop trying to be the darling of the American establishment and turn back to your people. Because everybody want to give it this, yeah, but look, you are the representative of our people, you are the favorite, you are the one they like. Yeah, but what about the rest of us? If you do something, you start saying, hey, listen, you have an Oscar, it's cool. But now, the BET Awards, or whatever awards, the AFRIMA, or the let's bring back the Cora Awards, and now this becomes, for us, way more than everything. And when one of us wins an award for whatever movie, and we crown you, we give you that statue for that movie in our thing, all our population put their money in there. And now you make the same amount of money that you would make if you were an Oscar nominee. And now you turn the balance of things. So it's just a guy with ideas. Don't mind me. If Tiger Woods could save his career, Will can. Yep, he'll save his Oprah special, Red Table Talk, the whole series about him going to psychologists. Yeah. But that's if he really wants to go back to that. You see what I mean? Still trying to cater to this thing. I feel sad to see one of my childhood heroes come to this, but people will get over it, move on, and he'll get back in. Yep. I remember Raoul Peck once said that no one in Hollywood wanted to finance a Haitian Revolution movie. Yep, listen. It comes to this thing where at a point you have to ask yourself, what do you want to be financed with by those people, etc. Me, with Olga, we had this conversation about Kizomba Festival. I had this conversation with Bruno about Kizomba channels, etc. At a point you have to ask yourself, like, why do you think that others have to accept you to exist when you can create your own stuff? You know how many, listen, it's not the first time I do a show. I had a show on a few channels in Martinique, Guadeloupe, etc. I had a few times where I did some radio shows and everybody proposed me stuff. But me, I was like, no, I don't want to work for you guys. I want to work for myself. It's something that I always said. And I always arrive to the same conclusion. Arrive to these conclusions that, hey, listen, personally, I'd rather arrive myself and I'd rather build something from zero rather than work for people who can just change their mind about me in 5 years. So I used to, just like everybody else, I used to fight for my music video to play on Trace TV, and I have a great relationship with them. But today I rather work for my videos to be played on my YouTube channel. Because, yeah, my people know where to find me. And yeah, some people, listen, these last 2 years, some people have seen my show. They were like, hey, listen, we love your show at Club Shada. It's amazing. Don't you want to do a podcast for my radio? Don't you want to come and have conversation on my channel? I have way more people, etc. And me, I'm like, no, I'm building my shit. You all nice, but I don't work for people. I work for my universe. I build my own universe. But that's a state of mind. You see, a lot of people, and I understand if those people have a ton of money, a lot of people will choose to go there. Few of us will say, listen, I'm going to take this small amount of money that I survive, but I'm going to build something. And when I have a mountain of money, I don't have people with a mountain of money throwing me chips. I have a mountain of money and it's mine. But this is a state of mind. This is really a way of being. So, on that note, this show was brought to you by Shada and the Gods of Good Fortune. And thanks to all the subscribers. And I hope you enjoyed this conversation we had tonight. If you did, please give me a lot of unicorns in in the chat, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation. And I had a lot of things that I wanted to talk to you about tonight, but actually we just went on this, and it was actually very interesting. I have my notes about the things I wanted to talk to you about, but I'll keep them for Wednesday. And yeah, listen, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave your likes. Don't forget to leave a comment when the show is over. Don't forget to go to the channel and check some other things. And I'm gonna leave you with a track. Let's listen to some Angel City. I'm gonna leave you with a track by Angel City called Orgasmotron. Yep, that's the name of the track. And I will see you when I see you, which means Wednesday. And until then, see you soon. Shada gang. Peace out. I hate when this happens.